was gone for a few days. I missed you. I'm going to try something tonight. I've been working with this prayer a lot, thinking about how to make it user-friendly for groups. I tend to write music that ends up being too complicated for other people. So this is sort of an extemporaneous melody. Seems like every day I can't remember the melody I used the day before, so I have to make up a new one. But I'm going to try to see what I can do with this prayer. This is my drum, my buffalo drum. There's a story behind this drum. The story is that in 2001, I was attending a lot of native ceremony with a medicine man who would come to upstate New York and do ceremony, a lot of sweat lodges and other kinds of things. And I picked up a drum and started playing it, and then I went to when I got home, I went to a drum festival in Amherst, and there were like all these drums that were being sold. They were all djembes, and there was one frame drum, one native frame drum. So that's my drum, and I bought it. So here we go with this song. We'll see how it goes. Feel free to sing along. Create in me a pure heart. Create in me a pure heart. Create in me a pure heart. Oh my God, oh my God, and renew a tranquil conscience within me. Renew a tranquil conscience within me. Renew a tranquil conscience within me. Oh my hope, oh my hope, through the Spirit of power, confirm now me in thy cause. Through the Spirit of power, confirm now me in thy cause. Oh my best beloved, by the light of thy glory, reveal unto me thy path, and by the light of thy glory, reveal unto me thy path. O thou the goal of my desire, O thou the goal of my desire, through the power of thy transcendent mind, through the power of thy transcendent mind, lift me up to the heaven of thy holiness. Let's try that again. Through the power of thy transcendent mind, lift me up to the heaven of thy holiness. O source of my being, by the praises of thine eternity, by the praises of thine eternity, riches of thine ancient countenance. Let the riches of thine ancient countenance. Let the riches of thine ancient countenance deliver me from all except thee, O my Master. O my Master. And let the tidings of thy incorruptible essence bring me joy. O thou art the most manifest of the manifest, and the most hidden of the hidden. Okay, well, that was impromptu. I was just making it up as I went along. I think you could probably tell that. But that's what I've been working with. Okay, I think I'm going to say a couple of marriage prayers. Here goes. Oops. Forgot the beginning of it. It's in here somewhere. Oh yeah, I remember now. He is the bestower, the bounteous. Praise be to God, the ancient, the ever-abiding, the changeless, the eternal. He who hath testified in his own being that verily he is the one, the single, the untrammeled, the exalted. We bear witness that there is no God but him, acknowledging his oneness, confessing his singleness. He hath ever dwelt in unapproachable heights, in the summits of his loftiness, sanctified from the mention of aught save himself, free from the description of aught but him. And when he desired to manifest grace and beneficence to men, and to set the world in order, he revealed observances and created laws. Among them he established the law of marriage, made it as a fortress for well-being and salvation, and enjoined it upon us in that which was sent down out of the heaven of sanctity in his most holy book. He saith, great is his glory. Marry, O people, that from you may appear he who will remember me amongst my servants. Verily, this is one of my commandments unto you. Obey it as an assistance to yourselves. Baha'u'llah. Okay, I'm going to say another marriage prayer. Glory be unto thee, O Lord my God. Verily, this thy servant and this thy maidservant have gathered beneath the shadow of thy bounty, and they are united through thy favor and generosity. O my God, assist them in this thy world and thy kingdom, and destine for them every good through thy bounty and grace. O Lord, confirm them in thy servitude, and assist them in thy service. Suffer them to become the signs of thy name in thy world, and protect them through thy bestowals, which are inexhaustible in this world and in the world to come. Thou verily art the omnipotent, the omnipresent, and the almighty. And while we're at it, I think I'm going to say a prayer for husbands. I like that. There's a prayer for husbands. There's no prayer that I know of for wives, but that's probably because the women don't need it. I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. Here we go. O God, my God, this thy handmaiden is calling upon thee, trusting in thee, turning her face to thee, imploring thee to shed thy heavenly bounties upon her, to disclose unto her thy spiritual mysteries, and to cast upon her the lights of thy Godhead. O my Lord, make the eyes of my husband to see. Rejoice thou his heart with the light of the knowledge of thee. Draw thou his mind unto thy luminous beauty. Cheer thou his spirit by revealing unto him thy manifest splendors. O my Lord, draw thou the veil from before his sight. Rain down thy plenteous bounties upon him. Intoxicate him with the wine of love for thee. Make him one of thine angels, whose feet walk upon this earth even as their souls are soaring through the high heavens. Make him a brilliant lamp, shining out with the light of thy wisdom in the midst of thy people. Verily thou art the precious, the ever-bestowing, the open of hand. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'll say the prayer for America. This prayer was revealed by Abdul-Baha after he visited this country in 1912. O thou kind Lord, this gathering is turning to thee. These hearts are radiant with thy love. These minds and spirits are exhilarated with the message of thy glad tidings. O God, let this American nation become glorious in spiritual degrees, even as it has aspired to material degrees, and render this just government victorious. Confirm this revered nation to upraise the standard of the oneness of humanity, to promulgate the most great peace, to become thereby most praiseworthy, most glorious and praiseworthy amongst all the nations of the earth. O God, this American nation is worthy of thy favors and is deserving of thy mercy. Make it precious and near to thee through thy bounty and bestowal. Okay, and now I'm going to recite the tablet of Ahmad. So, This tablet is a very important tablet that was revealed by Baha'u'llah. I believe in his third banishment to Adrianople. It was a declaration of his station to the followers of the Bab, who was his predecessor. It's a very powerful, very important prayer, and I say it when I need help, or when I need guidance, or when I need to make a decision. And right now, I'm saying it for help. Help and guidance. He is the King, the all-knowing, the wise. Lo, the nightingale of paradise singeth upon the twigs of the tree of eternity with holy and sweet melodies, proclaiming to the sincere ones the glad tidings of the nearness of God, calling the believers in the divine unity to the court of the presence of the generous one, informing the severed ones of the message which hath been revealed by God the King, the glorious, the peerless, guiding the lovers to the seat of sanctity and to this resplendent beauty. Verily, this is that most great beauty foretold in the books of the messengers, through whom truth shall be distinguished from error, and the wisdom of every command shall be tested. Verily, he is the tree of life, that bringeth forth the fruits of God, the exalted, the powerful, the great. O Ahmad, bear thou witness that verily he is God, and there is no God but him, the King, the Protector, the Incomparable, the Omnipotent. And that the one whom he hath sent forth by the name of Ali was the true one from God, to whose commands we are all conforming. Say, O people, be obedient to the ordinances of God, which have been enjoined in the Bayan by the glorious, the wise one. Verily, he is the King of the messengers, and his book is the mother book. Did ye but know? Thus doth the nightingale utter his call unto you from this prison. He hath but to deliver this clear message. Whosoever desireth, let him turn aside from this counsel. And whosoever desireth, let him choose the path to his Lord. O people, if ye deny these verses, by what proof have ye believed in God? Produce it, O assemblage of false ones. Nay, by the one in whose hand is my soul, they are not and never shall be able to do this, even should they combine to assist one another. O Ahmad, forget not my bounties while I am absent. Remember my days during thy days, and my distress and banishment in this remote prison. And be thou so steadfast in my love that thy heart shall not waver, even if the swords of the enemies rain blows upon thee, and all the heavens and the earth arise against thee. Be thou as a flame of fire to mine enemies, and a river of life eternal to my loved ones. And be not of those who doubt, And if thou art overtaken by affliction in my path, or degradation for my sake, be not thou troubled thereby. Rely upon God, thy God, and the Lord of thy fathers. For the people are wandering in the paths of delusion, bereft of discernment to see God with their own eyes, or hear his melody with their own ears. Thus have we found them, as thou also dost witness. Thus have their superstitions become veils between them and their own hearts, and kept them from the path of God, the exalted, the great. Be thou assured in thyself that verily he who turns away from this beauty hath also turned away from the messengers of the past, and showeth pride towards God from all eternity to all eternity. Learn well this tablet, O Ahmad. Chant it during thy days, and withhold not thyself therefrom. For verily God hath ordained for the one who chants it the reward of 100 martyrs and a service in both worlds. These favors have we bestowed upon thee as a bounty on our part, and a mercy from our presence, that thou mayest be of those who are grateful. By God, should one who is in affliction or grief read this tablet with absolute sincerity, God will dispel his sadness, solve his difficulties, and remove his afflictions. Verily he is the merciful, the compassionate. Praise be to God, the Lord of all the worlds. Okay, let's see. I think I will do a prayer for children. Oops. O thou most glorious Lord, make this little maidservant of thine blessed and happy. Cause her to be cherished at the threshold of thy oneness, and let her drink deep from the cup of thy love, so that she may be filled with rapture and ecstasy and diffuse sweet-scented fragrance. Thou art the mighty and the powerful, and thou art the all-knowing, the all-seeing. Here's a prayer for the departed. He is God. Exalted is he, the Lord of loving kindness and bounty. Glory be unto thee, thou, O my God, the Lord omnipotent. I testify to thine omnipotence and thy might, thy sovereignty and thy loving kindness, thy grace and thy power, the oneness of thy being and the unity of thine essence, thy sanctity and exaltation above the world of being and all that is therein. O my God, thou seest me detached from all save thee, holding fast unto thee, and turning unto the ocean of thy bounty, to the heaven of thy favor, to the day star of thy grace. Lord, I bear witness that in thy servant thou hast reposed thy trust, and that is the Spirit wherewith thou hast given life to the world. I ask of thee by the splendor of the orb of thy revelation, mercifully to accept from him that which he hath achieved in thy days. Grant then that he may be invested with the glory of thy good pleasure and adorned with thine acceptance. O my Lord, I myself and all created things bear witness unto thy might. And I pray thee not to turn away from thyself this Spirit that hath ascended unto thee unto thy heavenly place, thine exalted paradise, and thy retreats of nearness, thou who art the Lord of all men. Grant then, O my God, that thy servant may consort with thy chosen ones, thy saints and thy messengers, in heavenly places that the pen cannot tell, nor the tongue recount. O my Lord, the poor one hath verily hastened unto the kingdom of thy will, the stranger unto his home within thy precincts, he that is sore athirst to the heavenly river of thy bounty. Deprive him not, O Lord, from his share of the banquet of thy grace, and from the favor of thy bounty. Thou art in truth the Almighty, the gracious, the all-bountiful. O my God, thy trust hath been returned unto thee. It behoveth thy grace and thy bounty that have compassed thy dominions on earth and in heaven, to vouchsafe unto thy newly welcomed one thy gifts and thy bestowals, and the fruits of the tree of thy grace. Powerful art thou to do as thou willest. There is none other God but thee, the gracious, the most bountiful, the compassionate, the bestower, the pardoner, the precious, the all-knowing. I testify, O my Lord, that thou hast enjoined upon men to honor their guest. And he that hath ascended unto thee hath verily reached thee and attained thy presence. Deal with him then according to thy grace and bounty. By thy glory I know of a certainty that thou wilt not withhold thyself from that which thou hast commanded thy servants, nor wilt thou deprive him that hath clung to the court of thy bounty and hath ascended to the dayspring of thy wealth. There is none other God but thee, the one, the single, the powerful, the omniscient, the bountiful. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to say goodnight.